Hi everyone, Melissa here. I am back from my vacation and ready to get back into some nails with some nice kind of water sportsy related hand injuries. It was from like holding on to dear life for a raft so I don't get thrown into the lake. But it was so much fun. I had a great time. It was very relaxing. I had some good time with family. And I'm back. I did cut my nails very short. Well, this is very short for me, although they've grown out a bit for the trip. So I have to rebuild my my design hand. And I was thinking about how I have not used tips in a long time. I've been doing builder gel with the dual forms and I've been loving it, but since I haven't done tips in a long time, and I just kind of wanted to make a video with the process and also kind of compare it to the builder gel that I usually do and see which one I like better, because I did do tips sometimes if I needed to before I started doing the builder gel. Today I'm going to be using these Instant Perfection Stiletto by BU. They are dramatic high profile arch. I bought these a long time ago and I don't actually think I ever used them. So this will be a first try for me, but they are nice and thin. And they are nice and flexible, and they have this really nice curve that will go well with the curve of my nails. And I also like the shape that they are stiletto, so I'll be able to cut them down into that kind of tapered square look that I usually like to do. So I'm gonna start by kind of figuring out what size I need for these nails. Since I have not used them, I do not know. I just kind of picked this one up at random from right here and put it here a second ago, and it seems to be a decent fit if I put it down low enough. But let me see one size down here. All right, got those all picked out. I tried to make it so that they would all kind of be attached about the same distance down the nail. One thing that I'm noticing about doing tips for me that is going to be different than when I do the dual forms is I have this kind of natural curve to some of my nails, and usually the builder gel, the dual form, ends up kind of filling that out, straightening it a bit, and these are going to curve along with the nail. It doesn't make a huge difference in the end, but it does a little bit, because that'll be just slightly curved downwards instead of going straight out, but it'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and glue these on. I have prepped my nails. I'm just gonna give them another light buff just to make sure I haven't gotten any oils from my fingers on them. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a dehydrator. Okay, so to glue these on, I think I'm just gonna use a base coat, a dip base coat. It works perfectly as a glue. So I'm gonna start with my pinky just because it leaves these fingers to work with if I need them. I'm going to put a little glue at the edge here. Make sure that's straight. And press that on to make sure that air bubbles come out. That's fully attached on the nail. I'm just gonna hold it there. She's on. I really like these tips because they are very thin, so they don't leave a big gap between the nail and the tip itself. Okay, so for application, getting to this point, which would be like when I just popped dual forms off when using builder gel, this is much quicker because I'm just gluing on, as opposed to with the dual forms where I have to form out the form, press it down, then cure. So this is a quicker process there. But now we have to do shaping and all the other stuff, which we also have to do with builder gel. But it's about seeing how consistently they come out. The other thing I don't like I said, the curve of my nails. So these kind of have a curve to them, which I don't get with builder gel. And then there's like gaps where it just can't go along with some of the curve that my thumbnail, the tip of it likes to curve down a little bit. And yeah, the tip doesn't play very nicely with that, but otherwise I like how quickly they go on. So I'm gonna continue and do some cutting down and shaping, and then we'll see how that process goes. So I'm just gonna kind of clip these. I feel like I have tip clippers somewhere, but all right, I got these little tip clippers. Actually, my mom gave me these because she wasn't doing nails anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to cut these down a bit. All right, we are on our way. I'm gonna do some cleaning up of the edges. As far as cleaning up this ledge right here, there isn't much of one. You honestly can't really even see it, but I am gonna file off the shine of this, of course. That should even up a lot of it. I'm gonna file along, like on the sides here, on these corners where it went on. Definitely has a little bit more sticking up. And then if that doesn't smooth it down properly, I will use some acetone in a brush to kind of thin out that edge a little. For now, I'm just gonna get to shaping these. Okay, so I just pretty much did my usual shaping routine. If you need to see a video on how I do my shaping, I do have one. You know, just kind of at a slight angle coming in, flattening out the top, cleaning up, because this kind of over curved in some places. It went a little bit further downwards, so I just kind of straightened that out as well. All right, and this is what we have. It's not too far off from what I end up with after shaping my builder gel. There's a little bit less consistency in the shape, which I really like about the dual forms that I use. They really kind of are an equalizer for the nails that have a slightly different shape than others, because none of us are perfect. Some of us have nails that are a little bit different than others, and those dual forms I feel like kind of even that out, like my pointer that curves down. I'm gonna use a brush and just a little bit of acetone, and I'm going to kind of blend right here, this little seam, this little ledge from the tip to the nail. Okay, so those look a little bit smoother, the transition from the nail to the tip, I think, after just kind of going over it with a little bit of acetone. The acetone just dissolves the ledge of the tip and really just kind of blends it in. Okay, so this next part is the thing that I was really worried about when it comes to the difference for me between using tips and using builder gel is I like to use peel base and just be able to pop my dip off and put new stuff on. But on my bare nail, that peel base pops off so quickly, whereas with builder gel, it takes sometimes a week. I mean, it doesn't pop off until I want it to most of the time. So I'm gonna try and think of something I can do to try and make this last a little bit longer with peel base, because I don't want to change that. I like to be able to keep my extensions on and just take off the color, put on new color, and not have to redo my extensions every time. Can't do that with tips with soaking off, because tips soak off. So we'll see. I think I'm going to try to just do some gel base and then top coat. I always top the builder gel surface with a no wipe gel top coat, and that's what I put my peel base on, because that shiny surface allows the peel base to pop off. But I don't know if there's something else about the thickness of the builder gel on my nails that helps keep the dip on until I want to pop it off, or if it's something else, because I didn't use peel base back when I used to use tips. But I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna do just a layer of gel base coat and then a layer of no wipe top coat. Okay, so I've got the shiny surface on for me to do my peel base. If you aren't going to be doing peel base, if you're just wanting to put dip powder directly over the tips, then you would have skipped the gel base and the gel top that I just did and just start dipping. Yeah, you're welcome to try and see if this works for you too. If you don't want to have to do builder gel and you want to try doing peel base over the top of extensions, I'll be sure to update and say how well this works probably in the next video. But I'm going to go ahead and put the peel base on, and then I'm going to put on just a single color. This is Barely There by Double Dipped. I have another set I did that was a fresh builder gel set that I did this color on, and I kind of want to compare the after look with them as far as shape and everything goes. So I will be actually this is that's the set I'm talking about, and we'll see how this compares to it. Barely There is just a really nice pale pink color, and I'm just really wanting to wear the color pink right now, so I'm going to go ahead and do my peel base, and then I'm going to put on the Barely There. All right, some pre-filing thoughts from just dipping. I did do an extra layer, so one more than I usually do. I usually do 3 or 4. I actually did 5, although the last one was mostly just kind of apex building, because that's the other thing that is different between these tips and the builder gels. The builder gel kind of fills in some of that apex space where the tip does not. It just comes straight out. Also, it just really, again, the tip, I feel like it really makes the difference between these two nails as far as the curves stand out, whereas the builder gel kind of equalizes them a bit. It makes this one a little bit more curved and this one a little bit less curved, and they meet somewhere in the middle. But other than that, the shape is great. I feel like it's going to be very similar to the shape that I usually get. It did take a bit longer to get them to that shape than the builder gel does, but not too much longer. It kind of evens out with how much more quickly you get them onto the nail, so really not a huge difference there. I feel like the biggest make or break for me on tips over builder gel is going to be whether they hold up between manis and I'm able to keep that extension there without having to redo that. So we'll see. But I had already activated these, so they're already drying. I'm going to go ahead and start filing them. All right, I'm just going to toss a top coat on now, and then I will give some final thoughts. All right, and here is the finished set. So let's see. Thoughts on the tips. I like it. They come out nice and thin, which can be good, but also can be bad. That means that they could be more easily breakable. It was pretty quick to put them on. I mean, getting them on and shaped did not take very long. Honestly, it took maybe about 20 minutes for this one hand. I remember when I used to do tips forever ago, it would take me an hour and a half to 2 hours to do both hands, but I really overcomplicated the process with dips of clear and filing and evening out. That I've learned a lot better methods of blending the tip into the nail since then. I mean, that was probably about 3 years ago. So it's much easier than I remembered. The shape turned out great. So here's the builder gel with the same color. If you can kind of see, the shape's pretty similar. So it really didn't mess up like how my nails usually look too much. But really, it's going to depend on how well this color stays on with the peel base, the way that I did it, because for durability and for sustainability, I guess, I feel like builder gel is going to be my preference. I don't know. We'll see. I will update as far as how they last, whether they get cracks, how strong they are. Well, it looks like I can pop back into update before my husband even got a chance to edit this video. It's kind of what I expected to happen. I was just picking up around the house and then looked down and I was missing 2 nails. So yeah, they popped off much more quickly than they would with builder gel. I don't know exactly why it's so different. I think it's just because the builder gel has more thickness to it. And I don't know, the dip powder can kind of hug on to it better. I don't really know. All I know is that for people who want to use peel base and change their mayonnaise out frequently, the tips might not work all that well. But if somebody's just wanting to have lengthen nails and have them last with the dip powder directly on the tips, this is definitely a quicker option. But there you go. All updated. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.